electrochemistry questions can be quite tricky. There's a few things that you need to kind of remember, and there's many ways that they will ask the questions. One of the things that you have to remember is that metals, let's take zinc for instance, um, if they form a solid, and in this case the solid is going to be what we call the coating, then that is a reduction process. Okay. If they don't form a coating, it means that the metal that they're reacting with is already reduced and it's um, has a higher NOR value than the solution. So let's have a look at this question here. So what we need to do is look at all of these solutions here. Now use your data booklet. Remember nitrates NO3 are negative. Now if you are not sure, just go to the back of your data booklet, right at the back here, and you have a whole heap of these polyatomics and there's nitrate there. So that will help you out trying to decide what the charge might be if you can't remember. So because we've got two of them, this means that zinc is 2 plus. Okay, that's going to be the same here. Again, zinc 2 plus, copper 2 plus, silver 1 plus. So I like to go and kind of annotate and write all the information that's going to help me to try and answer this question. Now, sometimes the information won't be helpful, but sometimes it will. What I'm going to do now is, so the other important thing to look at is these are metals. So these are solids. So if we look at this first one here, what's actually happening is that zinc is being reduced. And then when we're reduced, we're gaining electrons. Now, where does it get those electrons from? It's getting those electrons from R. So what's actually happening to R is that it is oxidizing. And let's just say 2 plus in this case. So we have our reduction half reaction, we have our oxidation half reaction. So wherever you see a coating, it means that the solution is being reduced. So straight away, I can see that zinc, copper, and silver reduce with R, whereas magnesium doesn't. So what does that mean? So if we go to our data booklet and we look at our table of values here, the ones that are up higher oxidize, the ones that are down lower reduce. So we had copper, we had silver, which was down a little bit more here, and we had zinc. Now what it says was that magnesium, so we can draw a line here and here. So we know what we're looking for, R, is somewhere in between here. Now it does say that it's a transition metal, and because we've done this question, we know that it's manganese. But that is one way that you would work out what it would be, trying to identify what it could be. The important takeaway from this is that these tables of data, you need to be able to unpack what is actually happening with these tables of data. And it all comes down to identifying the reduction reaction, the oxidation reaction. Which one's being reduced, which one is being oxidized. So what that means is here is zinc is being reduced. So in this case, R is the reducing agent. And the Zn2 plus will, in this case, be the oxidizing agent. Remember, they're the reverse. Whatever is being reduced is the oxidizing agent. Whatever is being oxidized is the reducing agent. these are the kinds of questions that you might come across, either as multiple choice, trying to identify which one is being reduced or oxidized, and also short response, such as this one here, trying to identify and rank according to E naught value.